Power restored. The battery fixer.
My first job was to put the frames together. There's 12 cells here, so I'm going to use 12 double frames. Assembly of these frames will cause the battery to be fixed and connections are easier. This is a plastic frame. Very soft and firm. Then after a frame assembly, now we're going to the battery. Battery here we use Samsung battery cell 32 volts 15A. High quality goods continuous discharge to C discharge max 6C. This is a 4S with 12 volts and a capacity of 45A. The layout. The battery cars I've pre-configured according to its case. After a put into the frame, now go welding point. The battery pulls together. There are 4S. We're going to connect it to a 12-volt system. Because this battery is a 3.2 volts battery, it's a 4S serial. In order to get large capacity, we need B cell 15A like this play parallel to each other. Here I am welding a large PowerPoint welding machine, zinc without dot thickness 2 millimeters. Width is 15 millimeters. The connection by this machine it will ensure the good quality, uniform and the time it will be faster. The welds at the end of the battery are relatively self-contained. After welding a layer, first, I'll weld another single layer of zinc to ensure the best current conductivity because of high discharge current battery, and the load used is large. This Korean work happens very quickly because we use a dedicated machine. So we've successfully connected a battery block. 12 volts 45A. The next job is to go install BMS protection and charging discharge circuit. System for S-Line A120A large capacity. Charging discharge general port. I'll predefine it. Circuit assembly. At the charging site, I'll put an insulating pad and a layer of adhesive tape to fix the circuit. Next is to match the balance wires from the black wires. That's the cathode of the battery. Or the voltage is 0 volts next to the black wire, it's 3.2 volts. The next wire is 6 volts and the other is 9 volts. The last wire will enter the battery anode i.e. 12V. The turn is like that. The wires are neatly arranged to avoid colliding with each other. I use a large capacity tin welding torch here. Tin is a light, semi-molten tin. The welding of these wires also happens very quickly, because his work was familiar to me. So we've captured the BMS circuit. Now I'm going to measure the input voltage and output voltage. Then the anode, it is directly charging discharge at the 12 volts anode. And the cathode has to go through the BMS circuit. BMS, it's like a cathode opening switch. That's where the string on it goes to the lead B-. And negative raw charge or lemongrass, its people pins P- or C-. This is charging discharge general port. The input voltage and the output voltage through the circuit must be the same. The new pulse is working normally. And then I'm going to weld the wire. I'm going to use AWG here. Fireproof wire and bear large load current. AWG 10. This wire, it will bear high temperature and not burn. This large capacity welding torch, temperature up to 500 degrees Celsius. Used for large welds. When you're done, the B- wire goes into the negative pin of the battery. Next, charging and discharging general port. Then this pin will go into the P- or C- pin for charging and discharging. Cathode. And the positive wire, it will directly enter the 12 volts positive of the battery block. The welds must be sure. The head of the copper pile will be tightened. It's almost 90% done. We've got a full voltage output battery. 12.8 V. All factory batteries have 17 to 18% capacity. I put it in the box with foam for shock resistance and fix the battery blocks together. Now I'm going to grab the screw. Tightly clamp this jar case. It has waterproof teeth to avoid moisture. For long-term use. 2 large copper spindles for better load bearing. And there's a handlebar for us to carry easily and conveniently. Strong plastic case. Battery alarm sensor. Now I'm going to try charging, which is the last step. Its charge is current 10A voltage 14.6 volts. The standard of the battery. The red light is on, the green light is full, so it's done.